So you will not be counting the points, I guess. On purpose, you will not lose.
Well, all the players said that they are not really going to be playing differently the classical game just because of the playoff system. They have to be ready. The jacket will be off, I guess. Actually, Aronian took his jacket off already. And both players are really getting ready for this sportive game.
We are going to focus on the game of the world champion against the winner of 2017 Levon Aronian and the time control 2-second increment Blitz game.
And we are having a Pirc again. Their last game, or no?
Yeah, against Vichy, Magnus played in Scotland just a few days ago, the Pirc. And this was a different move order, but they are transposing to the Pirc.
They are playing flashing out moves very fast, but actually this is how the whole game will be played. C3 is a solid way of playing the system. Of course, knight to C3 was also kind of a natural move, but C3 is a solid way.
To strengthen the center, so White is aiming for this more space that he has created with E4, D4 and strengthening it with C3.
Rook E1, I'm expecting E5 by Magnus. I have the feeling it's time and he just played it, probably H3. It's a typical move, so White is stopping the black bishop to be able to come to G4.
Because that would put pressure on the D4 pawn, that's why defending against the pin is a good idea, preventing bishop G4. We are switching to the bird view. I love this angle, especially for Blitz. I think when at the very end of the game, when there are only a few seconds left and both players will be just fleshing out moves, this is going to be our angle to look at the board.
Yeah, interesting that Aronian closed the position with D5, knight B8 goes back, and later on knight BD7 will be played. So now C4 will be the continuation I'm expecting from Levon.
And A5 immediately played by Magnus to stop B4, further queenside expansion
knight
by
C3,
White.
Developing move, so I don't know if knight A6 is a very typical thing from the King's Indian, and actually we can say that we are having a kind of a King's Indian situation. Because even though the game was starting with E4, but White pawn on C4 and D5. A3 is played against the possible knight B4, but not only that, but White was threatening with B4 because of the pin. Things are really happening fast, so bishop D7, rook B1. White's aim is to play B4 and then the knight on A6 stays out. So in these situations, knight C5 is the natural continuation, and after that to play A4 with black.
To stop White from pushing B4. How will we see the...
And knight C5 just happened before, sorry.
What will be the typical plan for White in this situation after black is controlling the queen side with knight C5, A4?
Well, I think definitely black will be playing A4, stopping from White to play B4 and attack the knight on C5. At least that's a kind of a logical move to play A4 here. And we have it on the board? Not yet.
No, Magnus is taking some time to push A4.
Yes, because it's kind of it's a commitment to play, but I think it's very hard to find with black to do something else. So White's aim is really to play B4 and attack the knight on C5. But in other hand, after A4, the reason is probably why Magnus is thinking, because after A4, bishop E3 is possible. And after that he might lose the A4 pawn. So this is not necessarily so good for black if he cannot go A4, but probably Magnus then will play something like knight H5, and if after B4 he will be taking and playing knight A6, for example. But when I was playing King's Indian myself, I did not like it, and I was trying to avoid to have the knight on A6. But later on, probably he will be trying to play F5, to play knight F4. And don't forget that this is a Blitz game of 3 minutes and 2 seconds. I'm though quite surprised that Magnus is thinking, because I think originally his plan must have been A4, to stop White playing B4.
Yes, he was definitely aiming for pushing the A pawn, but now he's thinking about it. I think we have a slight issue with the time, so the clock that you see next to Magnus's name is not the correct one, don't worry. He's not about to flag. I don't think he's only down to 15
actually
seconds.
He sacrificed the pawn right now, it seems, and wow. Things are really going very fast, and Well, now in the center, really fast things happen. Right now, Aronian has a pawn up. He just took a pawn on b3. And in the center, it's opening up after c takes d5. Now I'm curious whether e takes d5 or knight d5 would play. E takes d5. White is taking over the center. So actually Aronian is taking a lead here. e4 should be coming in this position for black. I don't think there is anything else which can be tried. Try to kick away the defensive knight on c3, but d takes c5 was...
D takes and bishop c5 is on the board, after which Magnus has played bishop to f5, attacking the rook and also opening up the d5.
Rook bd1 is the move.
Very logical, and now Magnus played knight to d7 very quickly.
Yeah, now probably white will be either go to b4 or to come back to e3. Both are completely logical. I think bishop e3 is the kind of the safer move and logical. And
has been played as well as e4.
e4, knight d4. I have the feeling, of course, black wants to get his d7 knight to d3 in one way or another, either through via c5 with a tempo or via e5, and looking for counter chances. It's important that e4 pushes away the knight from f3, and after that also the queen to h4 can be played, so there are more material can be sacrificed by black. And for sure there's some tactics going to happen on the king's side.
Yes, Levin has taken some time to calculate all those complications, but he's up on the clock, so it's a pawn up for Levin Aronian and also more time. Knight to c5.
After e4, knight d4, knight c5 happened. So now white should be playing queen c2 he played, pretty sure knight d3 will be the move, rook f1, and now rook c8.
Just want to see a moment. We have our knight. Okay, thanks.
Now the knight on d3 is really active, and black suddenly got a little compensation. Though it's interesting that he chose to play h5. I think he just wanted to play something very fast and give white the option to play an f3, which is quite a brave move.
Challenging the e4 pawn, but also allowing the opening of the e file. Magnus has gone knight to e5.
Yes, and now knight c4 is threatening.
Knight takes f5 by 11, and knight c4 intermediate move to attack the queen and the bishop.
Well, still white will be going to f2 with his queen, and it is happening.
And
G
after
takes
G
f5,
f takes
e4, and knight b2. Of course, some tactical things happening.
The knight on c3 hanging.
Bishop c3, white will be going back queen f2, and Magnus has a very vulnerable king side at
He
this
took
point.
on e4 with the rook.
The
f5 pawn has been collected, as well as the bishop on e3. Queen takes f7, it's heating up. Will Magnus get mated? Is there a mate here, or just a perpetual check? Queen f7 back, and the rook moves to the 5th rank, threatening rook h5.
Yeah, it was... and now there is no
5 seconds left for Levin Aronian. He decided not to go for the perpetual, and the handshake by Magnus. This is resignation from the world champion. What a game to start with.
Yeah, I mean, everything was flashing out, right? I mean, there was a crucial moment, I think, unexpectedly. It was, if we go back to move 14, this was the moment which was somehow confusing for Magnus. And he decided to go for a4, which was... I understand that he didn't want to go back, admitting it, that he cannot stop b4 from white side.